What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. We got Justin on today. How's it going, Justin?
It's all right.
It's all right. All right.
I'm tired.
Me as well. You and me both. So let's jump right in. Let's start off with we got some pretty big news when it comes to basketball. We'll get to March Madness in a little bit, but let's start with the professional basketball NBA. Michael Jordan, of course, the greatest player of all time. He owns the Hornets. He is looking to sell the Hornets. He looks like he's gonna do it. He's already pretty deep in conversation. I know he's talking to the minority owner of Charlotte as well as the minority owner of the Atlanta Hawks of selling his majority stake. So I wanted to ask you what you think about that.
Um. All right. So let me first start off by saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not a good owner.
He's not. He has not done a good job.
There is an obvious, whenever you watch the Hornets play, there's just an obvious look to where he does not care.
Yeah.
And look, I get it. I mean, some of these people, they get it to make money, which he doesn't need any. He's far from needing
Definitely
money.
does not.
But then you have some guys who also don't need money who actually really care about their team. Look at Steve Ballmer, has all the money in the world, cares about that team. Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
I don't like Mark Cuban as a person. I think he's a bit of a dick.
He is.
But he's a very good
really-
owner.
He's completely turned that franchise around.
Yeah, he's one of the best owners in the NBA. And he talk about care about that team. I mean, loves it. But Michael Jordan, not so much. I mean, if he really cared, he'd probably do some better work in the front office. I did not agree with completely getting rid of James Borrego. I thought he's had many moments where he's been good. Hiring Steve Clifford again when it didn't work the first time, what were you thinking? Making zero moves in trade deadlines and free agencies, especially when, you can afford a luxury tax. I think this is a good move. If you ask me, he should probably sell it for one of his 1996 edition of Jordans. Because it's probably only worth $100. It's probably only worth $200 anyway, that franchise.
Yeah.
And like I say, he doesn't need the money. Like, what are you going to ask for this? You're not going to get much.
He bought the franchise in 2010 in the spring, I think March 2010. At the time he bought it for $180 million. Obviously, this is 13 years ago, or Hornets were barely even the franchise at the time. They are now valued at about $1.7 billion. So, but you're right. The Hornets, they really haven't. They've been irrelevant for so long. They have not picked a direction in. I can't even remember the last time.
Even
they had
in the
a clear
Kemba
direction.
Walker days, they still didn't look that good.
Not really. The highest they were, they maybe had a year or two where they had maybe 47, 48, maybe 51, 52 games they won. They were maybe 4th in the East. Maybe they won a series, but that's that's the ceiling for this franchise. And at some point you gotta pick a direction. You gotta commit to building a team and contending and build a teammate that you think can compete for a championship, or if not, you might as well just start over at that point, because it's better than having a chance to possibly build a team, even if it takes 4 or 5 years, than just sit in mediocrity. Right now, they're not even mediocre. They're one of the worst teams in the league.
They are. If the Pistons didn't exist and if the Rockets weren't bad, aka tanking, this team probably would be the worst team.
Probably.
Their performance is bad. If they didn't have LaMelo, if they didn't have Terry Rozier, this team would I probably would not be making it up when I said this team probably wins 10 games.
Probably.
This team probably beats the Pistons every, couple of times. They probably beat, maybe the Rockets on the one occasion they meet them in the year. Maybe they beat the Pacers one time. But they're not even beating. They're not beating middle of the pack teams. The Hawks are middle of the pack team. They're not gonna beat them. It's just not good.
Yeah, yes, they've had a rough year. I know they haven't had their best player, LaMelo Ball, because he's been hurt. I know I know Miles Bridges has been battling some legal trouble, so you haven't had him a ton. I'm not even sure if they've had him at all. But like you said, outside of those two guys who they really haven't had much, there's literally nothing there. I mean, McDaniels isn't anything special. I like Terry Rozier, but he's not like a star. And
No, he's not a star. I mean, he's not supposed. I don't think he's supposed to be a star, but
No.
he's a good. He's your good like two guy.
Yeah, he's a good second or third option. Nice point guard to have. You have Peter Washington's okay, but this team isn't good. I don't know why Steve Clifford the hire didn't make sense to me. I don't think he's that great of a head coach.
He's not.
I'll take him as an assistant coach, as he's a good defensive minded assistant coach, but not a very good head coach. He showed it his first stint in Charlotte was okay. Wasn't great in Orlando, and his second stint in Charlotte was off to a very bad start. And I think it's just time for a change. I think it's the right move.
Absolutely. How much do you think he's gonna get for it?
I mean, I read it was valued at $1.7 billion. I would give him about $30.
I think Jordan should ask for like half to like three-quarters of that. It's like I think his pitch should be this: I'm rich, you want to be more rich. How about $300 million?
I mean, he bought the team for $180 million 13 years ago.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So give it for maybe 50% more than what you got it for. So kind of double it. Get about more of what you paid for at the time. Count it to inflation with that, and then go on with once again living the life that Michael Jordan usually is, which is be quiet. I mean, this is the most publicity Michael Jordan has gotten since like 2000, since he retired.
Basically, yeah.
But he never gets this much publicity.
No, well, he doesn't do. He's only done maybe 5 or 6 interviews.
That's
ever,
true.
Ever since he retired.
True.
Done The Last Dance. He was in the Dennis Rodman documentary, and there's very few others.
Quiet guy.
Yeah, and yeah. So
all I'm saying is LeBron isn't quiet.
No, he is not. Very, very much not quiet. But yeah, MJ's selling the Hornets. That appears. I heard that could be done actually pretty soon.
I'm buying the Charlotte Hornets. I'm putting my stake in. I have with me in my wallet nothing. So I will give you nothing for the Charlotte Hornets.
How much will go in for that?
How much will go in? I'll probably give at max $20.
Max 20.
Max 20. Now, apparently, there's actually some things where you can actually like own a part of a team. Like, you know, Tom Grossi, like the YouTuber Tom Grossi. Apparently, he paid $250, and you can have like part ownership of the Packers.
Well, yeah, because the Packers are much different when it comes to ownership. The fans literally technically own the team.
Yeah, no, but so therefore the Hornets should do that too.
No,
can't get any worse.
Last time I heard, if you buy a stake on, I forgot where it was, you can get a free home game to the Packers. It's like
Is your mic on, by the way, so people can hear us?
Yeah, my mic's on.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, you know how people will invest in the... Oh, okay. It would be in the stock market. If put some money on the stock market on the Packers team, I believe you can get a free home game in Green Bay.
Yeah, for the Packers, I think that's very possible because like technically the fan, they're owned by some company and fans can like buy stock whenever they want.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
so
true.
Fans technically own the team.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, so that's something in the Hornets should. I think the Nets should do that. Liam and I are about to put in collectively $300 together, and we're gonna bring the Nets back to New Jersey.
Nah, I think we can.
Why not bring the Nets back to New Jersey?
No.
They were in the finals when they were in New Jersey.
They were.
True. No, I'm not saying that about bringing them back to Jersey. I'm saying they can do more than 300. I think we can collectively get 1,000.
Collectively, yeah, we put 1,000 in. We we easily bring them back to New Jersey.
But the thing is, if we do that, what stadium are we going to use?
Prudential, like there was before. You know, they those were the Devils played. It was underneath.
Yeah. So they're going to convert the hockey arena into the basketball court.
Yeah, so you just put the I'm sure they still have the tiles located in some kind of archive.
I know they have
the
to.
Knicks and Rangers both play in the Garden.
TD Garden does it. I think.
Justin, I think they will still have them because when I was in high school, my high school did the graduations at the Prudential Center. I think they still have tiles or some sort of an actual flooring they can use.
Yeah, I know they do. They probably still have like the archive Nets tiles up in like the deepest depths of Prudential somewhere. You know, they're still waiting for Vince Carter to come back and say hi. You know, they're still like cursing out Kobe. You
think they are still.
Yeah, they're still pissed off that they had to deal with Kobe and Shaq. Otherwise, that team wins a ring.
Hey, they still cursing Kobe out beyond the grave.
Oh my God! Yeah. All right,
Liam.
Liam,
you have been a sports comm major for 2 months and you're already getting yourself canceled. Dear God.
On that note, let's move on to let's talk about Ja Morant. He was suspended for 8 games by the NBA. He's eligible to come back on March 20th since he already had time served. So I'm not sure if he's going to because he entered into a counseling program. I talked about that like a couple of days ago. He entered himself into a counseling program, so I'm not sure if he'll return exactly when eligible. If he's eligible on March 20th, which I believe is Monday. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it makes sense. The gun wasn't his.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you had in your hand then, but wasn't his. 8 games I think is fine-ish. I don't think 8 games is, compared to Kyrie's issue, where he also got 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think looking at it like that, it's a little much. But the counseling idea I think is smart. Mm-hmm. He's probably going to I don't know the guy, but he's probably going to a sports psychologist. They know it better. Mm-hmm. They know athletes better than they might even know themselves. And he's probably going to get some counseling on, kind of his friend group, maybe, how to maybe divert from that. Yeah. My whole stance was, think about it this way. Where were these guys in Murray State?
Yeah.
Where were the talks of them shooting laser pointers in people's eyes at Murray State? Wait. Where was the whole thing of his posse showing up to like help his mom help Ja's mom with a mall altercation at Murray State.
Wait, what happened now?
So Ja Morant is a very, very talented basketball player on the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
This kid will probably at some point when the people like Steph retire might be one of the best point guards in the league. Some people will say he is. The problem is he's had a lot of negative PR issues. Nothing that could really kill his career necessarily. Not yet, at least. But things that have. Okay, all I'm gonna say is this: if the anti-Semitic documentary isn't killing Kyrie's career, nothing is killing Ja's career.
That's true.
Nothing is killing that man's career. Dwight Howard had a child abuse issue, and he was still in the NBA up until like a year ago. But anyway, so the biggest thing was that on Instagram Live, he flashed a gun for like 2 seconds, and he got suspended 8 games for it.
Wow.
So it was he's definitely been in the news for the wrong reasons as of recently, and a main part of it, outside of the gun thing. The main part of it is basically he has a bunch of idiot friends.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even call them friends. I would just call them people that like his name.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, where were these guys at Murray State? You would have been here if somebody shot a laser pointer in another player's eye, you'd be hearing at it no matter what level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the umpire in college baseball. It's not even cool. They're not even at professional yet, but that's still gonna be talked about because it is absolutely egregious. But I think Ja's gonna, like I said, I think he's gonna get some counseling. Got to talk about how like divert from that friend group, maybe how to keep some of his family members in check. I mean, Team Morant, like he does support his son. It's respectable, but he's also kind of pushing something that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be the start of Ja kind of going back to his roots, as maybe somebody as he was before he had, this giant contract, and maybe learning to just be himself and not somebody who maybe he thinks he is.
Yeah, when it comes to Team Morant, I think Team Morant definitely needs to step in here because not only is he his father, you see Team Morant at all the game, he's sitting courtside, he's running up and down courtside, always getting excited. I've got a problem with him. I think it's definitely different. People compare him to LeVar Ball. Like, yes, he's just like some random dad. Yes, he's only popular because of his last name, but like LeVar Ball always runs his mouth. Team Morant, not so much.
LeVar is a difficult. We do have a topic related to that, so I'll kind of explain that deeper about the difference.
I've got a problem with Team Morant. I know he yes, if his son wasn't John Morant, would we know who he is? No, but he's a harmless dude. He hasn't run his mouth like LeVar Ball does. Yeah. But clearly they're very close, and clearly Team Morant had some sort of influence on Ja growing up, and and I'm sure helped him a lot with getting to the NBA and helping him get a scholarship at Mercy, at least to an extent. So my advice for Team Morant is to step in and not only because this is his son who's clearly having some problems, and if I'm Team Morant, I would step in and just tell him to go back to his roots because he wasn't raised on the streets he's not from the hood. He was raised he had a pretty safe upbringings, and I think obviously Team Morant's got to take a lot of credit for that. So if I'm Team Morant, I'm telling him, dude,
just like step up, man.
Yeah, just go back to your roots. Stop with all this. You don't got to be gangster to be cool. Just go out there and play basketball. You got all the talent in the world. You're one of the most talented guys probably to come out of a draft in the last 10, 20 years.
And he's probably one of the most electrifying players we've seen in a long time. He
has a chance to be the player that Derrick Rose could have been if he didn't get hurt,
Probably. Easily. Also, plot twist, Team Morant actually isn't at the games, it's Usher. They just got the lower third wrong.
He does look like Usher.
He looks a lot. I remember the picture of him and Usher. They were sitting next to each other at a game. That was sick.
It's funny. But yeah, moving on. I know Justin mentioned we were going to talk about something related to LeVar Ball. His son Lonzo Ball, who plays for the Bulls. When I say plays, I mean he's on the Bulls because he has not played all season. He had knee surgery in the off season. They thought he'd be back eventually, but then his rehab went kind of poorly. So he suffered a setback, and he ended up having another surgery some point during the season, which shut him down for the entire. Now he had his third surgery in 11 months, and now he might miss next season. You got doctors. Even the doctors don't know why he's taking this long. So, what are your thoughts on that? On the whole Lonzo Ball thing?
I think his career's over. I think it's time to hang it up. First things first. I'm just gonna lay it all out here. I am sorry. I feel bad for Lonzo. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for anybody who has had that much issues in the NBA. But let's not pretend like he is like the glue to this Bulls team. He was not a good player. I mean, that's like I said, I feel bad that he got hurt, obviously. But some people are acting as if the Bulls were screwed, that the Bulls are screwed now like they weren't screwed like 6 months ago. I mean, this team is in a bad spot. I don't think Lonzo Ball helps at all. I think these injuries have just costed his career. I actually thought his career was going to end based off his play style. I remember him starting in LA. His shooting form was god-awful. If anyone doesn't remember, for some reason, Lonzo Ball's shooting form, it was to where both of his elbows, go over his left shoulder and, catapult it, and it would just miss, and you'd be like, oh.
He literally had to change it for his second year because he was clear that he shot so bad his first year, dude. They probably told him, dude, your shooting form is not going to work. You need to change it a little bit.
Yeah, he did. And then on the Pelicans, he looked better. Mm-hmm. Definitely improved on the Pelicans. And then he went on the Bulls, okay, this could be a good piece for them. But I still thought if he's going to play like he did on LA, he's not going to be in the league for long enough. But now he got hurt, and he constantly gets hurt. He can't. There was a story that came out, I think, in the fall tour. He can't even cut. He can't even cut inside. That's a common That's like one of the most used moves in basketball, period. Like you said, the doctors don't even know what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
When the doctors don't know what's wrong, that's when you should be scared.
Yeah.
And I think it's his time to pack it up because we don't know when he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
The doctors probably aren't certain when he's coming back either. He got another surgery where he's most likely going to be out for the next season, and you don't know what's going to happen again. Is his recovery to the point where he has to get another surgery or be out for the season, or does he get back onto the court and he gets hurt again, and then he's out for another period of time? At this point, if I'm him, I just hang it up. And also, going back to this, yes, the injuries did partially ruin his career. The guy that did ruin his career was LeVar Ball.
He did.
LeVar Ball, okay. In LeVar's defense, he did not make the same mistake with LaMelo. But we need to remember, LeVar's the guy who on First Take looked at Stephen A. in the face and said Lonzo Ball is better than Magic Johnson. And then in his first game, when Lonzo has like 2 points and is like 4% from and is 4% from the field, Stephen A goes up to him. He's like, "What happened? You know, what? Like, did you just like you say he's gonna be the next Magic Johnson? He had like 2 points. It's like, no, wait, and he just did not perform. And I think it was because of the pressure that his father put onto him.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I definitely think LeVar I do think unfortunately he had a negative influence on Lonzo. You know, you got a kid who, you know, he is at UCLA, was a star at UCLA. You know, was a very high pick. I think it was like the second pick in the draft by the Lakers, and you know, he's thinking, oh my God, I get to play in LA from this incredible franchise in Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, I get to stay close to my college.
Yeah, it's right. Yep, and get to be the starting point guard, and now he's got his dad. His dad's going to be on national television. He's comparing him to Magic Johnson.
Yeah, he's like flexing, like I guess like 1-on-1 against like a 60-year-old Michael Jordan he never lost.
Yeah, he's saying LeVar Ball saying he can beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1. He's saying that he's never lost 1-on-1. He's when Lonzo got traded to the Pelicans in the Anthony Davis trade, he was saying that that Lonzo's gonna win a ring before LeBron does, and before LeBron gets another, and just all this added a lot of pressure to a kid. He went into the league at 18 years old. He went into the league when most people his age are graduating high school and are getting ready to go to college. He was 18, 19 years old. He was younger than you and I are. We're not even done with college.
Sure. When he got into the league, we were what, 14 maybe?
Probably about, yeah. And
we were 14. He was like the 2017 draft, so we were probably 14, 15 years old at the time.
He was so young and so talented. He's a guy who oh my God, he's got incredible ball handler, great point guard, great court vision. He's got, he's a good perimeter defender, really good shooter. The kid had it all. And then his dad just every day was running his mouth. He got him this huge shoe deal only for the shoes to just be so poorly made. Alonzo didn't even want to wear them. And he's going on these big national TV shows and hyping them up. And then clearly the pressure got to him. I mean, I don't even blame Lonzo for that. He's like a 19-year-old kid.
LeVar Ball's the original Jackson Mahomes.
He kind of is, besides the TikToks. And a 19-year-old kid, I mean, he already had enough pressure being a building block for Los Angeles Lakers. He already had enough pressure. Now his dad was saying what he was saying. Now adds even more pressure. I can't even blame Lonzo. And now I don't know if he plays again.
I don't think he plays again. Like I said, I think it's his time. I think it's his time to hang it up. I just don't know. Maybe try doing. I think if he still wants to be in basketball, I feel like it would be best if he maybe tried going to, like a talent spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he's very good with that. I mean, we've seen a lot of these players who have not lasted in the league long enough or who have just ended their career. Big one, Jay Williams. Yeah. His career was destroyed due to a motorcycle accident. Then he went on to go to ESPN, is a pretty good analyst on ESPN. I mean, they love their athletes. ESPN, especially for basketball. I mean, JJ Redick is doing very well in that color on that color spot. So that's what I think he should do. It is a shame though. It's very sad.
Yeah, definitely a shame. Definitely a shame.
By the way, what's up with these what's up with these with these Chicago Bulls point guards and constantly getting injured?
I don't know. Derrick Rose now. Lonzo, I don't know what's going on. Something's in the water over there.
Also, wasn't Lonzo? Also, Lonzo's number is 2, right? Mm-hmm. And then Derrick Rose is 1. And Kobe White also got injured. His number is 0. Whoever's wears do not wear number 3. Do not wear number 3. If you're a
point guard on the Bulls.
If you're a point guard on the Bulls, don't choose number 3.
Whoever's 3, in the words of Goldberg, you're next.
Yeah, you're next. Oh yeah.
All right, so I want to talk about some Alpha Ramsey, and then we can talk about some March Madness. We have so the New England Patriots, they pick up Mike Gesicki on a 1-year deal.
Huge, good pickup. I don't like it. I'm a Jet fan. So therefore, I immediately don't like it. But the Patriots are getting everybody right now.
Yeah, they're
getting a lot of pieces. Obviously, the offense is there now because they also picked up Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah. The offensive line is there. The coaching is definitely there. Bill O'Brien's a good offensive mind, a good offensive coordinator. My concern is Mac Jones. I'm going to be real with you. I do not know what Patriots fans see in Mac Jones. I got friends who are Patriots fans, all respect for them, but I don't know what they see in Mac Jones.
I don't know. Ask Ashton that.
Ashton,
I had him yesterday. I just don't think he's it. I feel like okay, yes, that QB draft was okay that year. But, okay, so Zach Wilson was an absolute bust. Mm-hmm. Obviously, looking back on it, they should have done better, the Jets, but that's every year when they draft a quarterback. Trey Lance, I don't think is that good. I mean, he's kind of gotten hurt, but still, I mean, Brock Purdy seems like he's going to be the guy. So that was good on them for getting him. Justin Fields, I think the reason why Mac Jones looked the best was because of Mac Jones, out of all of them, was in the best position. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, we learned that Zach Wilson sucked, but at the time, Zach Wilson didn't have a line. Mm-hmm. Justin Fields had no line and no weapons. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence had no line.
And his coach was too busy.
Yeah. And his coach was Urban Meyer, to where, if you just looked at his college career, looks awesome. If you know anything about his NFL career, you know he wasn't good. And if you don't, get out of the rock you're underneath and look it up. He is not. It was a horrible. It was a horrible coaching thing. Davis Mills just bad, but also he also has like no help.
Yeah.
So that there were basically nothing. Basically, Mac Jones looked the best in a situation to where everyone else was just in a far worse position. Also, look at some of the coaches that these guys had. Like, okay, yes, Robert Saleh was the coach when Zach Wilson was there. That's fine. But, Urban Meyer was horrible. Matt Nagy was horrible. Who was the coach for the Texans that year? Was it Eric Bieniemy?
No, he's never been that coach. It was
No, it was
David Culley.
It was David Culley. Yes, the passing coach for the Ravens. Yes,
David Culley. Another year, but yeah, he was overall wasn't great.
Yeah, it was David Culley. I mean, these guys, they did not have good coaches. So going back to, I just got off topic talking about why Mac Jones is just okay. By the way, I think this is a good team. Mm-hmm. I think saying that they should win 11 games max is not far-fetched. I think a minimum of 10 games is not far-fetched for this team. And it's an excellent pickup.
Yeah, it's a nice move. When it comes to Mac Jones, In his first year, I thought he played well. He threw for 3,100 yards, threw 22 touchdowns. He finished third enough the rookie of the year voting. I thought he had a nice rookie year. I thought he proved that he had a chance to be a real good starter. He struggled this year. He had a lot of things could go wrong. He had the ankle problem cost him a few games. He had no offensive coordinator. That's tough circumstances for a young quarterback. But my issue with him, he's really, really boring. Like he's very boring. His game is really easy to figure out. He's a guy like I can see like his first year him being good because he's new to the league. You don't have as much film on besides what they have in college.
Yeah.
But once you get a year of film on him in the NFL, he's a guy I can see defenses like easily figuring out. So he's gonna have to make some adjustments. I know he's trying. I heard he's working on his arm strength and he's gonna have to. And look, I don't think he's a bad quarterback.
Oh no, I don't think he's bad, but I feel like some Patriots fans are looking for the next Brady, and he's not even close.
Yeah,
he's not going to come close. I guess the one thing that does match Brady is that this guy can't run.
No,
True.
He's honestly he's probably in the wrong era. To be honest, it's hard to be a pocket passer in today's league, and also I think he could be like a Kirk Cousins kind of guy.
I think he could be a Kirk Cousins kind of guy.
Maybe even a little bit better because Kirk Cousins in prime time is abysmal, but like he could be like a slightly better Kirk Cousins when it comes to winning in prime time, I guess. But
maybe like a Jared Goff.
Maybe something like that. But I don't really think he was drafted to be a franchise quarterback. He's a 15th pick in the draft, and I don't know if he's that. He's gonna need pieces if they're gonna want to win a Super Bowl, which they're trying to give him. I like their running. I like Ramondre Stevenson. You add Juju, and then you add Gesicki, you still have Hunter Henry there, and you have some nice pieces. Probably need to add one or two more, but I heard that they're talking a receiver in the draft, which will definitely help.
Yeah. And then also I just want to mention this. Yes, Mac Jones did do well in college, but you also had a Heisman winner as your weapon.
Yeah, he had. I mean, that's all Alabama quarterbacks. They're really outside of Joe Namath. You had
Jalen Hurts also is pretty good.
Jalen Hurts, but also he really didn't like at Alabama. He was really a game manager. He really became a star at Oklahoma, and then you had Tua has been a little underwhelming. He's a guy who just hasn't been able to stay healthy, and he's been a little inconsistent. We still don't know what he truly is. And then Max has been up and down. So overall, Alabama quarterbacks, they're kind of hit or miss. You have some guys that work out, some guys don't. Even Ohio State quarterbacks for that matter, but yeah, Alabama quarterbacks because they have so much talent around them. They have this, guys who are NFL caliber guys who like within a year go to the NFL and the first round picks around them, and then they get drafted really high, and the team around them doesn't have quite the same guys. It's just such a huge adjustment. Excuse me.
You good?
Yeah. Some guys are able to adjust eventually, but some guys just aren't. And also Mac Jones, his game is so boring. Yes, he's very careful. He's very careful with the ball, and he's accurate. But like he's just so easy to figure out. So if he makes the proper adjustments, I think he could have a nice career. But if not, he's a guy that's gonna be so easy to figure out that could cause a problem.
I kind of want to jump off that real quick because you mentioned like boring. He's very predictable.
Yes.
I feel like he's still very young. I feel like he could benefit from even watching film of. Maybe I'm giving a stretch, but probably one of the most, if not the most unpredictable quarterback in the league right now is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Some people might look at what he's doing and say like it's almost silly, but it works.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what they did to the Raiders. They like this ring around the rosy thing, and all of a sudden you have like McCole Hardman snap the ball, and I mean it shouldn't work, but because the other team will never expect it, they will. So it's like what's the play call for that on defense, guys? Patrick Mahomes is gonna do something ridiculous. So go deep, and then you go deep. and all of a sudden he like runs the ball, does some 360 Allen Iverson behind the back pass over to like or like some over to like some or like his center, and then his center throws it for 40 yards to him in the at the end zone. That's unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean they're very different kind of players. Mahomes is much more athletic. He's got a much better arm, obviously, but yeah, I think he definitely needs to. He's got to make some sort of adjustment because his game is just so easy to figure out.
Absolutely.
But yeah, by the way, Darius Slade, there was a report that he was cut for as a cap casualty. He is not cut. He was not cut. He was extended by the Eagles, 3 years, $42 million, 23 guaranteed.
Good pickup.
Yeah, so he's not. Keep. He will not be leaving the Eagles after all. And with that, I think let's talk about some March Madness.
Oh boy. Oh no.
So, what were your thoughts on the first day of March Madness yesterday?
Shoot me. It was good. I think if the upsets keep on going the way they are, this could be one of the most exciting March Madnesses we've ever seen. Last year we had St. Peter's go to the Sweet 16. Or no, go to the Elite 8, and that was a very, very deep, fun run. I mean, I know Liam picked Princeton to beat Arizona on the simple belief. When I asked him why, he's like, I just hate the state of Arizona.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay.
Yep. And it worked.
Yes, it did work. Maybe your hatred of Arizona will rub off. I mean, look at some of these other teams. I mean, the Diamondbacks aren't a good team. No. The Suns are the Suns are on the decline a little bit. There's also the Cardinals, which are just the Cardinals. I mean, it's all right. The Coyotes I don't think are that good. They're not that. They're a train wreck, especially I heard there's like that whole stadium issue.
They're playing in a college stadium.
Oh yeah,
right now.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I thought they were playing in a middle school stadium.
It seems like we're bad people, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing like the Arizona public school pee-wee hockey rink. It's like this big, that stuff. It's like the size of this table. It's not even ice. It's just like AstroTurf colored white.
The thing is,
it's not even.
I was mad about the Virginia game.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about that real quick.
I
want to talk that. Yeah. I did 2 brackets. I did one called Major Money Moves, which I had FAU going all the way, and I made a bracket where I had UCLA winning, and I called it the Not Stupid bracket. And the Not Stupid bracket, I did pick Furman.
Okay.
So because once again, it's a bracket to where I'm not stupid. And except for when I picked Oral Roberts, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Look, okay, all I'm going to say is that it would not be the first time that I said that Oral Roberts was going to win.
I shared that story. I shared that story
on Monday, but
on Monday, I still cannot believe.
But
believe that.
Anyway, Tony Bennett. Put the camera on me. Get the camera on me.
It's on you? Okay.
Yeah, get on me.
I know what he's about to say.
Tony Bennett, I want your job.
It's on you.
Your job should be gone. Absolutely gone. Thanos snapped out of existence right now. I have had enough of this guy choking. Look, my uncle is a fan of Virginia. Shout out to him. He went to Virginia, so he went to Virginia for college. Very happy with the national championship. But over 4 years, I can only imagine the pain my poor uncle has been dealing with by watching this team get absolutely positively shit on by lower seeded teams that they should not that they had no right to lose against. First, it was UMBC, where you're the first team ever to lose to a 16 seed as a 1 seed.
How?
Which is ridiculous. Yeah, how do you do that? That team ended up doing nothing at the end of that. So they won the first round. They got absolutely destroyed in the second round.
Yeah.
Who was the next one? Was it St. Peter? Was it St. Peter's?
No, they lost to They lost to UMBC. The year afterwards, they won the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Then they won.
Last year, that they lost to a 12 seed. I forgot who.
Yeah, they lost to a 12 seed, and then you lost to a 13 seed in Furman. And yes, Furman was good. There were some beliefs to where they could actually make a run of some sense. Some people might even say, getting to the Sweet 16 isn't that big of, isn't that out of reach for them. But did anybody watch the last 10 seconds of that game?
Clark,
you should have just held on to the ball. Get the foul, shoot 2 shots. You had them dead to rights. And what do? You do some Kyler Murray style pass. You get it picked off, and it's just an easy 3-pointer. Get out of here. What was the play call?
Justin, I saw that freaking replay yesterday in class. It's Sid.
Yeah, I know. It was ridiculous. It had to be one of the worst plays I've ever seen. And there's Tony Bennett right there shaking the coach's hand, almost like almost if he's not responsible for the fact that they lost.
He was
Get out of here. Get out of Virginia. I can coach. That's it. I'm graduating and I'm coaching the University of Virginia. I don't have a single ounce of coaching experience, but it can't get any worse than Tony Bennett. All I know is that all I know is I won't choke in the first round.
Yeah, and it's funny, that guy Clark, first of all, he's a senior. And second of all, as a freshman, he made a great pass, in that tournament to help them win a national championship. That's how his career started. His career ended with that. The guy's a senior doing that. I can't believe it. So he's got a couple of seconds left. He's up by 2. All right, yeah, he's being double teamed. He had just missed 2 free throws. He was scared to go to the line. And he panicked, and he cost him the game. I still can't believe. I remember, I'm watching it on my phone. I'm just like, I'm like, he's gonna get fouled. And I see him chuck. I'm like, what? And Furman picks up. I'm like, oh my god! And they hit a 3. I'm just like, what did this man just do? I have no words. I have no words.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of these other games. Obviously Alabama took care of business.
Alabama will always take care of it.
Yeah, Kansas, in the beginning, sort of a little slow, but eventually they took care of business. One team that I'm a little concerned about, and I'm kind of happy because I had them losing next round, is Houston. They at one point they were neck and neck with Norfolk, took the entire first half, pulled away a little bit. They ended up winning by 11 over a 16 seed Norfolk, Kentucky.
Yeah, there was even a point in the second half to where there was a couple of lead changes. It just, I thought they were good. I thought they were done. I thought for a second that too. I actually have Houston in my Final Four. For some reason, I think a Houston-UCLA matchup to go to the national championship sounds really exciting. Mm-hmm. So that's why I had it.
Justin, it does, but for me, I have Houston coming out in the Sweet 16.
Because I get it. I mean, I just think the matchup itself would be very exciting.
It would be a fun matchup.
I actually have to. I
second round.
To Auburn next round, so this bodes well for me so far.
But I want to see Houston lose against Miami. I just want to see.
Yeah, and so some of these other games, Texas beats Colgate. Colgate, that's a team. Each of the last 2 years,
named after a toothpaste, and expect them to win.
Each of the last 2 years, they were like a 13 or a 14 seed. I thought, damn, this team is so good offensively. They're going to upset. And both times I was wrong. I wasn't making the same mistake that this time. They're also playing a 2 seed in Texas, who is an incredible team. Colgate is really weird. They shoot 40% from the 3-point line. From the free throw line, they shoot 60%. I don't understand. I don't know. They're weird. Texas takes care of business. UCLA breezed. Obviously had the Princeton upset. Duke ran through Oral Roberts. Duke's getting hot at the right time. You had the Furman over Virginia upset. Penn State ran through Texas A&M.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, Penn State did look very, very good in that championship game, in that against Purdue. They did look very good. They were like one good shot away from potentially winning that. They just couldn't get it because they were weird, because they were stupid. But it wouldn't surprise me if they make a run too. I think Elite Eight isn't a bad run for them.
All right. Andrew Funk, oh my God, 27 points. He was hitting threes left and right. My God. That guy was on fire yesterday. San Diego State over Charleston, and they sneaked past Charleston. That was a good game. Tennessee beat Louisiana by 3. I picked the Raging Cajuns. That was unfortunate for me. Yeah, Missouri beat Utah State. Good. Utah State should not have been in it. I thought Rutgers should have been in over Utah State. And then Maryland beat West Virginia. That was the first game of March Madness, which ended my perfect bracket in literally the first game.
Yeah, it did too. I had WVU as well. I thought Bob Huggins was better than that.
Arkansas beats Illinois by 10. I didn't have that either. Looking back, I don't know.
I had Arkansas.
I don't know why I picked.
I had Arkansas.
Auburn beats Iowa.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. So for context, Justin is not from Iowa because apparently whenever he picks them to win, they lose. So
no. I just hate Iowa. I think they're overrated. I think for some reason this team just gets in for no reason. I don't like this team.
They're a team. They're always like solid. They're like good enough to be a top 8 seed in the term, but not enough to make a run or
yeah, exactly. And they need to be punished. They need to be punished. Well, they need to be humble. Sit the fuck down, Iowa. Auburn is your father.
Auburn beats them. I have Auburn going to Sweet 16, so that was well for me. Northwestern over Boise State. I had that as well, so I went 11 of 16 in the first day of the first round. Hopefully that keeps up. And Justin, you got anything else?
I mean, no, it's like I said, it's been a good tournament so far. I like it. I think it's gonna be exciting. I think that that Florida Atlantic game is gonna be very exciting because that's what people have said to where they've been a little underseeded.
Yeah,
being the 9th seed might have been a little bit low. They could have probably been the 6th seed. Some people said and this is a team that people have said could make a deep run. Some might even think win it all.
Wait,
like me.
Which game you're talking about?
And Memphis against FAU.
FAU?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could. It's gonna be that's gonna be a very exciting game. What are the other games on the dock? I know Purdue plays today.
Yeah, Purdue plays at 6:50. The Memphis game is at 9:20. The Kentucky Providence game is at 7:10.
Kentucky should win.
Yeah.
I put Providence to win, but
by the way, let's go USC.
Yeah, they're by the time you guys are seeing this game is probably underway or if not over, but yeah, Justin and I are not a fan of Michigan State, so go USC. I picked them.
I went the opposite way.
Yeah, I know.
I actually do love the Michigan State.
You love Michigan State? All right. Let me ask you something, Liam.
Okay.
Do you know what a blue blood is?
Yes.
Oh, is Michigan State a blue blood?
I was
Don't. Now we're gonna have this debate on the podcast. God. What's your answer?
I would say a little bit towards the yes, but
how?
Wait, a little to the yes, but mainly towards no.
Well, how is it yes? Exactly.
Yeah.
They are not a blue blood. First of all, you have to be a blue blood if your colors are blue. I'm colorblind, even I know that. That's why Sacred Heart can never be a blue blood.
This will suck.
Also, what talent have they developed outside of Magic? You had Draymond Green, who's overrated. Jaren Jackson Jr. can be good, but he's still young, so we'll see. And then you're like 4th best talent that came out. There's like Max Christie.
True.
MSU is not a blue blood.
Yeah, Justin and I are in a Discord channel, and there was this one Michigan State homer who was putting forth that Michigan State to blue blood started a whole argument. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you.
Wait,
what?
You're not done.
The fuck?
Why don't you? I hear some trumpets in the air.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
I think we need to end it on a little bit of a high note, and I mean high rage. Let me drop the news story for my host here. So Puerto Rico was celebrating that they won a game, and Edwin Diaz, while celebrating, hurt his knee. He wasn't even playing.
Game was over.
The game was over. He walked out onto the field, started high-fiving people, and then just collapses with a knee injury and is potentially out for the whole...
You gotta kidding me! Every damn year! Every damn year! Typical Mets luck. I can see it. I can see, the
poverty
Mets
franchise.
coming out.
Poverty franchise, the Yankees would never.
How the fuck do you break your knee or injure your damn knee?
It's like Joe
That's not
Musgrove.
playing.
It's like Joe Musgrove dropping a kettlebell on his foot.
But
Yeah,
Justin,
I
the
don't know
thing
which one's
is,
worse.
I
At
see
least he'll be back
something
soon.
similar like
I am
that.
so angry by this.
No, I see something
Also,
similar.
Mets fans are gonna blame the World Baseball Classic. Here's the thing.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Number one, he didn't have to play. Number two, he wasn't even playing.
He wasn't playing. I
It's
don't know
not.
the timing of the tournament because
Yes, the timing is bad.
Like,
But for some Mets fans to just straight up blame the World Baseball Classic is stupid.
yeah, it's not the tournament. It's not the tournament's fault. It's I mean, I've overall not loved Otani and I've always been loved Otani because I can't imagine a pitcher being ready to get this is basically like a postseason.
Yep.
And I can't imagine a pitcher in March having their arm already being ready to get those kind of outs, which is why a lot of these games are very high scoring because the batters just have an advantage in March. They just do.
the thing is, I see something similar like that on a knee injury when I was in high school. Get it or not, I was playing a contact sport, but my goalie was fat as shit. Just walking up, did a little jump, landed.
He's so fat as shit.
Oh hell yeah! He looked like a fucking sumo wrestler in high school.
God, Sam's freaking got body. Continue.
So no one was pressing him. No one was chasing him. He did a little clear. Hop on his knee after he throw the ball. Lands on the knee towards his ACL. No one was pressing on him.
Oh,
He
that
was
sucks.
walking and did a little hop
Yeah.
and towards ACL.
A lot of times when we see a non-contact knee injury, it's always torn ACL. It's very unfortunate for the Mets. That game meant nothing to the Mets, and and first of all, I apologize if I just hurt your ear.
Jake,
I'm sorry.
I tried
the
to.
Mets are such a poverty franchise.
They are.
Cursed. They are freaking cursed.
It's
we
so
spent all this
funny.
nice money, and this stupid pitching coach looks like a vulture, Phil Reagan. He should go put his backside in a freaking nursing home. Looks like he just got out of it and doesn't know where to go. He sues the team, and Edwin Diaz, best closer in baseball, holding together our entire bullpen, which is like, we need him to win a World Series or to make a deep playoff. Right now, he's out for the year. Every freaking year, there's always something.
Maybe you guys will trade and get somebody good.
They're
you
probably
guys
gonna
could
They
have to.
Hopefully.
probably are gonna have to. I mean, he was a good pickup. Obviously, I mean, he got a
Justin.
huge deal.
Who would they? If they were going to trade, who would they trade for?
I mean, it depends. Obviously, this happened at tough spots because it's right before the season.
Yeah.
If this happens back in January, it still would have sucked. But at least you would have had time to pick up somebody. I mean, you're looking at the bullpen. You have Adam Ottavino, who had a great year last year. I like him better as a setup man, as a closer, but he has closed before. You have David Robertson, who's also closed before. He'll probably
Maybe you could get 50-year-old Mariano out of retirement.
Yeah,
who I'm sorry, has the better theme song.
Well, yeah,
He has the better walkout song.
And also, he also has.
I mean, yes, he's Mariano, but Enter Sandman I think is just better.
Yeah, and then you also have you have Brooks Rivera that you brought in. He as for left-hander. Outside of that, you have if Drew Smith stays healthy, he's very good. And they're gonna need they have a bunch of young guys they're gonna need to step up. I'm not sure if they're gonna have whoever doesn't get the 5th star spot, and Tyler Miguel or David Pierce. I'm not sure if do you put one of those guys in the bullpen, or do you keep him stretched out in the minor league as a starter? They'll have to make that decision, but they're probably gonna have to make a move. Even if Ottavino has a great year as a closer, they're gonna need another depth piece in the middle of that bullpen at least. And And also, Diaz could come back for the postseason. Hypothetically, this is 6 to 8 months. So you do the math. He could come back for the postseason. I'm not sure. Do you throw a guy who maybe hasn't pitched all year into the closer role right away in late September? I don't know if you do, but hypothetically, he could be back for the postseason. I still think the Mets can get to the postseason. I don't think they'll have a deep run, but I think they could still get to the postseason.
They could. Oh, they could easily can. They have enough pieces. All I'm saying is this would have never happened if Edwin Diaz was on the Orioles.
True.
All I'm saying, see, there's a difference between a poverty franchise and the Orioles. Some people might say that because they don't spend money, they're a poverty franchise. The difference is that the Orioles are a man on my own heart, nice and cheap.
Okay.
Don't get the hopes up.
Okay. On the opening day for the Yankees on April 1st, who will win?
Well, April 1st is a joke anyway, so that shows what the Yankees are.
Yeah. They're first to the San Fran Giants.
They're playing the They're playing the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
The Giants must be
an actual good Giants team.
True.
The Giants must be crying about Aaron Judge and Carlos Correa being on their team for combined 2 weeks.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't know.
One of which was actually on the team, another one of which is bad inciting.
Judge was technically on the team for 7 minutes. Carlos Correa was actually on the team, but for 2 weeks.
That's true.
Okay.
And then he was on the Mets for like a couple of months.
Oh no, I could see the Giants winning. I don't want the Yankees to win. I could see I want the.
You don't want the Giants to win? What about you, Jake?
Winning.
I know you're a Mets fan. You think you're gonna go for the Giants or the Yankees?
I'll take the Giants. Why not? Logan Webb will probably start, but he's very good, and I don't trust Garrett Cole with my life.
I threw 9 strikeouts, and Giancarlo just couldn't hit a ball for his life.
Justin has a very good Garrett Cole impression, by the way.
Giancarlo's on his strikeout streak as usual. Then he's gonna hit like 2 home runs, and he's gonna get injured for about 7 games.
I just want to see the Yankees win on the one of the opening games.
I just don't want to hear John Sterling talk about how the Yankees win.
I don't want to see that
He's
either.
annoying.
But I just want the team to win. That's it.
Yeah, that I could respect that. I mean, keep it local. Except the Orioles are better. All I'm saying is you might have Aaron Judge, but you are also a poverty franchise.
I know I'm a poverty franchise.
You are also.
I will accept that, but I just want the team to win while opening.
Look, let me ask something. Who is Aaron Judge? Who is Pete Alonso to Anthony Slamtander?
True.
The greatest batter to ever play baseball, period.
Santander.
Who is Babe Ruth? I mean, seriously, people always thought that it was Babe Ruth who actually pointed his bat to an area of the outfield, and that's where he hit in the home run. That was actually Anthony Santander. That was actually
Anthony Slamtander.
That was Slamtander. That's all I have to say. Rip the Mets.
Yep.
Once again, rip my bracket, rip Jake's bracket, rip Liam's bracket.
But before we go, who do you have going all the way for the March Madness?
Me, like I said, I have 2 brackets. One's called Major Money Moves, to where I have Florida Atlantic going all the way.
I mean, your better bracket.
My better bracket? You mean my bracket called the Not Stupid bracket? UCLA.
Yep. UCLA? How about you, Jake?
I
have Alabama. That's who I picked. And now with all the teams losing in the South, Alabama's going to cakewalk to the Final Four. I think they get it done. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Sorry if I blew anybody's eardrums a few minutes ago, including Justin.
Just lower the volume.
That's what I did.
And thank you, Justin. Thank you, Liam, for having the back. Until next time, so long. Have a great day.
Bye.